Hey, Marin, I'm crashing the show again.
Yeah, this has been the me and you show for the last couple of weeks. Well, I missed last week. I don't know what you guys were doing last week. I know it was a big week, and I was sorry to miss it.
I'm saying, I will say good for Jimmy. He has completely, those of you who are in the background or just attendees, he has completely pieced out. He is fully taking advantage of his time away. Yeah. So I am so happy for Jimmy to just be away and let us handle this. Speaking of handling this, how do you handle a coffee mug under a Keurig?
I should put one underneath it, but this morning I forgot. So that's my mood lately, is I just don't have brain cells left. It's Friday. So, we made it. Yeah.
One could say you had a bug this morning where the coffee mug didn't show up underneath the coffee maker. Microsoft released an update for Teams Rooms Windows to address some bugs. If you look at the list of it's all fixed in issue. It's all fixed in issue. The update to version 5 was huge. Brand new Microsoft Teams 2.0 instead of 1.0. So it's to be expected that some things may have gotten missed, or things just popped up in production that they didn't get in testing. So there's a lot of updates coming. This MTRW build was released technically last week, but these take 2 to 3 weeks for it to reach all of the MTRs out there. So if one of these issues is super important to you, you can fix it now. If not, wait a few weeks. Also, depending on your probe management portal rings, it could take 60 days beyond. But know that Microsoft is working on these bugs and getting them fixed as quickly as they can. Marin, what do we have with our friends at HP Poly?
So this is a big announcement. I believe it was yesterday. A little bit of a blurry week for me, condensed with everything with the Memorial holiday, but this is huge. Like, this is an amazing milestone with HP Poly coming together. These are new compute kits. We've got the G62 available next month. Very well costed item there. We've also got the G9 Plus available. Really innovative design with these PCs. Some really nice things if you're an integrator. We've got things like magnetic mounts, PoE power, Ethernet for the peripheral connection. So, and a really nice new advancements. Great to see it coming out. That's all coming out in June. So if you're looking for some good compute devices, make sure you take a look at those.
And speaking of good new devices, our friends at MaxHub have some things coming out that you're up to speed on, Marin.
Yeah, so these were part of the announcement, what's new in Teams. So these were devices that were certified this past month. So MaxHub, another low-cost compute kit. It's the X-Core kit. You see that there. That's easy add-on to rooms that are maybe already existing that have a display, but they don't have the Teams room set up. And then also the BM35 is that Bluetooth speakerphone, 360 omnidirectional audio. So 2 very nice newly certified devices. Congrats to MaxHub.
Hey, Marin, you know what I'm missing in my Teams client, and I think everyone really is the middle finger icon, or the middle finger emoji. And it looks like with custom emojis and reactions are coming, I can fix that problem.
Only if your administrator trusts you to have this.
Oh, they probably don't trust me.
You have to earn that trust. But we love emojis. I know this is not Teams Rooms, but it is Teams. There is the new ability to upload your custom emoji. So think about your team or your company. You might have some inside jokes, things like that. You can upload your own. I'm personally going to try to test this today. I think it's coming to public preview in June, so we might not have it just yet, but make sure you get creative and try that out and see if your administrator trusts you or not.
Yeah, I got a feeling they won't trust me. Like, everybody gets this. Mike said publicly he wants a middle finger emoji. We're not getting it. Yeah. Slash commands. This is a thing that kind of popped up in Loop primarily. And then you mentioned earlier, before we got on the show, that Copilot has the slash commands as well, so you can slash reference a file or whatever. But slash commands are coming to Teams more because there's always the search slash bar at the top, but now it's within the messages.
Yeah, and I think it's a nice. We obviously love shortcuts. It's slashes within Copilot are a really good easy button, especially if you're gonna like at reference somebody. Slash is another way to do it. But this is just try it out, get into Teams, put the slash mark there, and it's going to give you cheat codes for, hey, I want to open a new window, things like that. Reference a new file, whatever else. Especially while we're using Copilot, this is a really nice tool to make things a little simpler.
A lot of us go back to the Skype for Business days, and we remember the tag somebody for when they're available. My boss was always on calls, busy person. So if I needed to find out when he was available, I would tag him inside Skype. It would say, hey, his status has turned to green, and then I'd message. So this is coming to Teams. Some people call it stalker mode. We can stalk somebody. I wouldn't say that. I would say it's there's somebody you need to really talk to, and you want to know when they're available.
Yeah, like your work bestie. I would do that.
Yep.
Cool.
Then this was one that you actually said ahead of time is impacting a lot of people, where Teams Live Events was supposed to retire in place of webinars and the new hotness, but it's not quite there yet.
Not quite there. Well, it's just that Town Hall's coming out. There is a transition coming. I think that it's caused a lot of stress for those that are maybe hosting webinars, town halls, live events. So we have decided to not retire Teams Live Events in September. So if you have an upcoming virtual event and you were stressed about learning how to do Town Hall, please do still commit to learning Town Hall. There's some great new features available in that. But if you need to still lean on Teams Live Events, just know that will still be there in September. So it gives you an ability to plan out your transition a little bit more time given to you there. So. And
Marin, we forgot to put in the Copilot prompt of the week.
Oh, I know.
We forgot to put in the slide, but Michelle did not forget to put in the video. So let's see what Michelle has for us this week.
All right.
What is happening, and welcome to a new episode of Copilot Prompt of the Week. This week, a good friend of mine downloaded a template online for a newsletter, and it contained 3 fonts that he didn't have on his Windows 11 machine yet. So upon extracting the font, he noticed that he needed to add 30 different fonts to his system in order to use that template. Now I know that PowerShell is capable.
You know what? That was last week's.
No. Okay.
I just saw there was one in here. He said he was having problems. I saw a prompt, and I'm like, you know what? That was last week. So let's save a little time. If you want to see these all, go to the YouTube channel. Teams Rooms Tech Talk. The prompt of the weeks are there. Michelle did mention to me yesterday he was having problems, and then I saw this was up. I saw one uploaded, and okay. Well, onto upcoming events. We got a lot coming up. This one, I've got my hotel. I've got my flights. I'm all ready to go for the technical boot camp in Redmond. Obviously, not everyone can travel to Redmond, so it's online as well.
And we do have probably like 3 or 4 seats left for in person. I will just kind of shout out that is going to be a very special event. A lot of like the all-stars of the Teams Rooms world will be there, but not only Teams Rooms. We've got a lot of phone partners coming. We've got a lot planned around Copilot and Teams Premium. There will be kind of teaser an opportunity if you attend all 3 days to get a bit of a certificate that you can shout out online. So encourage you to attend all 3 days. And if you are interested in person, that window is nearly closed. If you have interest, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn and I'd be happy to help you out.
Also coming up is Infocom. Infocom. Well, Comsverse is coming up too. Infocom is coming up in 2 weeks. It's weird. I've been home. I'm going to be home for 3 weeks with no travel, and then it gets crazy. So I'm going to be in Las Vegas, June 12th through 14th, and then at the boot camp in Redmond the following week, and then at Comsverse the following week. So it's about to get real. Yeah. But Ilya Bookstein posted on LinkedIn that he's going to give a presentation. He'll be there. A lot of members of his team, which is primarily Teams Rooms and Teams Phone, will be in Las Vegas, and you can reach out to him. Reach out to your account executive if you want to set up meetings with that team.
Yeah, I'm excited for that speech. It's going to be a lot of things that you might not have heard before. It's going to be very forward-looking. So
that's what Infocom's good for.
Yeah, book that on your calendar. It's going to be within the trade show hall, that innovation main stage. It's not like in an upstairs place. It's right in the middle of the trade show floor, which is cool.
We've mentioned this for a couple of weeks. It's coming next week, the Microsoft Places partner webinar. So you as partners, what does Microsoft Places do for you? So this will be the exclusive partner webinar on the new Places stuff, which is still rolling out. It's all brand new. So sign up.
Yeah.
Teams Fireside Chat, teamsfireside.chat. We'll have Juan Rivera. He is, you probably know Juan better than I do, Marin, but he is awesome. That's what I know about Juan.
Yeah. Well, and he's also been with Jimmy and Michelle on their webinars. So this is a chance for, I think Tom Marvinath is hosting this. And I do love those fireside chats. They're a lot of candid info, a chance to ask a lot of your questions. So, and all of your favorite friends from this community are usually on that. So it's usually a good catch up. So that is the week of Infocom. So if you're not attending Infocom, make sure you check that out.
Speaking of Tom Arbuthnot and good friends, McCuggle, the Microsoft DC Users Group London with Tom Graham and Adam Jacobs that's happening 19th June. So if you're in the greater London area, go hang out with those guys. This is one that just came through, or at least I just noticed it. I mean, obviously it's probably been around because it's next week, so they probably advertised it more than 3 days or 4 days in advance. But I do just want to point out Gene Barrett. He lives here in the Tampa Bay area. He has a really good story. And when I saw this, I realized I need to put him on Teams Fridays and talk to him. He was a Surface Hub expert at Unified Communications. I think he's moved or expanded his role. Let's put it that way. So anytime you get Matt Slomka around with Ryan Herbst and some of the other guys there from Unified Communications, it's going to be a good conversation.
Yeah.
I just had a meeting with Unified Communications yesterday. So
and an important topic, low friction deployment. There's a lot of new advancements that Microsoft has brought to the table there. So if you want to learn more, this is an area that I highly encourage all of our partner community to check out, because this is going to make things easier on the integration side.
The Microsoft Teams users group is going on right now. For those of you in the United States, check out teamsug.com for the locations. Tampa Bay is happening June 4th from 12:30 to 3. Free lunch, and myself and Microsoft Senior Escalation Engineer Tracy Herr are your hosts. So especially for those in Tampa Bay and Central Florida, I know we get people from Orlando that come over, and we occasionally have gotten people from Jacksonville, so making the 3 or 4 hour drive. So not just Central Florida, check teamsug.com. There are locations across the country. Commsverse, just a shout out. Also back to, we should have put, when I did these slides, I should have put this right after McCuggle. Commsverse is happening in a few weeks in outside of London in Weybridge at the Mercedes-Benz World. Almost said the Microsoft Benz World. At the Mercedes-Benz World. So I will be there as well. All of your favorite European and some from rest of world people like me at Commsverse. It is the Teams event for Europe. So hope to see you there. Also, I have a thing next week with Jimmy. So if you guys are missing your Jimmy time.
Oh, and Chris Viola. This is an awesome lineup. Make sure you check that out. I will definitely sign up for that. I'm excited to see what you guys have to talk about. What's the topic?
The topic is, I don't know.
It's Friday.
I'll just show up and show up and let the smart people, Chris and Jimmy, do it. I think Chris is going to be the moderator and let Jim. I think this is the one where I said internally, hey, Chris, just ask one question and Jimmy and I will fill 50 minutes.
There you go. You guys are good at that.
Right after this,
Teams
Friday, starting in 2 minutes. I sat down with Joy Apple. This is a recording at Comms V Next in Denver. Joy Apple is a Microsoft MVP. She's some super titled person at Orchestry, like Senior Vice President of Advanced Awesomeness. We talked about, if you're not familiar with the relationship between Teams and SharePoint. So she is a SharePoint goddess. She is a SharePoint MVP. So kind of the questions were more focused about how do Teams and SharePoint work together. So if you're not sure about Teams and SharePoint, give it a watch. Again, it's a recording. So, and all of these shows, just like this one, are recorded. So feel free to watch it later at your own time. And that's it. smtr.show. We'll have all of the links, not immediately after the show, but check in maybe Monday, and you will have all of the links. Anything else you want to say, Maren, before we?
No, we're getting ready to go into the gauntlet. I can't believe it's June already, tomorrow. So as of next week, we're going into like crazy event mode and closing out the fiscal year for Microsoft. So have a restful weekend because we need it, right?
All right. Bye, everyone. See ya.
Bye, everyone. Have a good one.
Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.